What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to just show you something that I'm tracking now, and that is the SPS, which is converted/burned to DEC. Now, you can see here that we are almost at 3 million SPS burned, even though DEC has not been anywhere close to peg. So, well, actually, DEC has not been over peg. It has come very close to peg, and what you can see here is what I've been tracking at least since the 15th. And this is not a perfect data gathering exercise. You can see there's definitely days that I've missed, but it's like whenever I go in or whenever I remember, I go in and try to update this to see what the progression has been like. And so you can see like 2 weeks ago, this might have been like a one-time thing. Somebody burned 124,000 or 125,000 overnight. But if we just look at the last week, for example, and this is during a week where Bitcoin has come back down, we've seen DEC come further away from peg, right? So starting on the 21st or so, what did we burn? Maybe anywhere from 40 to 50,000 per week. So that's not a lot, obviously, but I'm just trying to get an idea of what that would look like overall. Because if we extrapolate this out, I did the math already, but it's just like, okay, if we stay in this lull period, this weird period where people just are burning SPS for DEC because it's easier, because they don't want to go and deal with tribal decks, or maybe newer players don't even know how to deal with tribal decks or Hive Engine. 40 to 50,000 a week is like 2.5 million for the entire year, and obviously we are in the perspective of we need to burn billions. So this is essentially nothing right now. Well, sorry, no, we don't need to burn billions. We need to burn much more than 2.5 million if we want to see. Actually, we are in the perspective of burning billions. I would love to see 1 billion SPS burned and get us to a point where we're down to like a 2 billion cap or something like that. So, ultimately, I don't know why people are converting or burning to, to DEC, because we're still well below. So my question for you guys, for anybody that's done this already, outside of it being an experiment, like, is it, there's no judgment here, but is it just like laziness, convenience, like whatever it is? I'm just curious why you would choose to do that rather than going through and selling on or swapping on Hive Engine or tribal decks. And if you don't know about that, if you're a newer player to the game, let me know, because it's not very difficult actually. So all you have to do, let's see here, we can go to perfect. So you go to Splinterlands or SPS, you can do transfer, you send it out to Hive Engine, and then when you're on Hive Engine, you can use Hive Engine or the diesel pools here, and I actually prefer the diesel pools. You'll be able to go in, and it's just tribal decks. What is this? tribaldex.com/diesel pools. You go to swap. Well, you hit pools first, and then you go to swap, and then your DEC and your SPS should show up here. So you can go ahead and just sell from one to the other, and it's just like Pancake Swap or whatever the case is. But at least you're getting the full dollar value rather than getting a massive kind of like a tax on it, because this is down almost or over 18%. So if you're burning $1 worth of SPS and only getting 81 cents of value out of it, 82 cents of value, it's not a great trade. So I'll continue tracking this over time, and obviously I'm going to try to put additional context into that. I'm going to try and put additional context into that spreadsheet to see where was the value of DEC at that time. But ultimately, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that people are burning SPS now. I just don't know why they're doing it. And if we are in a place where we're burning, 50,000 per week in a slower kind of period for Splinterlands, it does get me excited where things could be if all of a sudden we get into the flywheel gets activated. Now, the thing is, I'm extrapolating this for a week because I'm just looking at it from like a law of averages perspective. But the truth is that we're going to go through boom and bust cycles. That's just how it's going to go. Right now, we're in a bust cycle, right? We had this crazy lead up to land phase 1, where we had DEC almost hit peg. SPS was coming off the Ruse promo, and people were, probably getting excited about SPS, thinking that like, okay, we're here. Land is about to come out, and it's going to get crazy. Maybe this is the last time we see sub 3 cents. But ultimately, obviously, now we're in this lull period. At least we've been in it for most of the month, and I would say we'll probably continue to be in it for most of April, where we're just waiting for releases. We're waiting for things to happen within the game, and we know a lot of that is coming in June. So when that happens, we'll probably see another kind of boom cycle. And how long that boom cycle, I think, is going to depend on several factors, right? If the team can hit all their deliveries in June, if there's no other kind of like lull period, or we just go boom, 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 pun intended, right? Where we're just hitting them week after week, and then we're getting all this cool stuff happening with tower defense, with land, with guilds, all that stuff happening, and that could actually even start the end of May, right? Maybe there's even the promo set that comes out sometime later in the summer. So we could see all of those things start to really ramp up until the next bus cycle. And I personally think, the next bus cycle probably will be end of summer sometime. And the other aspect isn't just Splinterlands related, but like on a macro level, if we start to see Bitcoin making a run, if we start to see maybe an improvement in the economy overall, or if we start to see maybe actually more of the bank failures and a flight to crypto, right? So again, there's a lot of different factors that could essentially determine or help to determine and influence how much of a boom cycle and how long of a boom cycle we get into. But at that point in time, I think we can stand to burn a lot of SPS for DEC if we can start to move through that, right? So, this just trying to give you my perspective, my opinion here. This is not financial advice. I don't know where any of this goes. We could burn a ton of DEC. We could even burn a ton of SPS, and that wouldn't even necessarily move the price of SPS just because we have so much that is currently in circulation, right? We have over 1 billion right now. And as I said, I want us to burn like 1 billion of it. And keep in mind, we're getting like 1 million SPS a day. So there's still a lot of DEC's worth of SPS that's getting airdropped, or not airdropped, but being given out in rewards across the game, LP, ranked battles, SPS tournaments, all that stuff. So, I'm excited for the next boom cycle because I think we could burn a crap ton of DEC. We burned about 1 billion, maybe 1.2 billion between the last one and now. And obviously land phase 1.5 is set to have many more DEC syncs. Rift Watchers for DEC, that's something that I'm excited about. I should have mentioned that earlier. That's something that would be a huge DEC sync. And obviously guilds might be another one. So we're in this lull period. I've been talking about it for a while. I think we stay here for a bit. So, some people may look at that as opportunity. Some people may look at that as like, we may go lower, right? So I can't tell you what the right thing to do is, but I am just trying to track where we're at from a SPS burned for DEC perspective. And I'm not thrilled about only 50,000 per week, but I'm not, upset about it. I don't know why people are doing it. So again, we go back to the question of the video. Why are you burning your SPS for DEC when DEC is so far below peg? So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything you want me to add to that spreadsheet or just to be tracking as we go further along. Or if there is a place that is actually tracking this for us, I would love that because then I don't have to do it manually. We could just go in and analyze the data. But that is all I have. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.